I've got the burp cloth. Now I just need the baby. All right, no babies in my life right now, but I'm very excited to share with you how to make these super cute and easy shaped burp cloths from one piece of fabric and a kitchen terry towel. It makes them super absorbent and also really cute. This is a great gift for baby showers, for new baby, make a little set, roll them up, tie them in a bow. Also a wonderful idea if you want to sew and sell baby products. So let me show you how easy these are to make. So let's start with the supplies. This is our end goal, a really cute shaped so it goes over your shoulder with a terry towel background. So what you need is the free template, and there's a link below the video to grab this. I'll show you how to put that together in a minute. Scissors and tape to make the template. Then you're going to need a piece of fabric that is 10 inches by 21 inches. If you're cutting off of yardage and you cut 21 inches, you're going to be able to make 4 of these across the width of fabric from selvage to selvage. If you're using directional fabric like mine, you want it to be going in this direction and not the other way, because when you put this over your shoulder, you don't want all of your animals or whatever icons going sideways. You want them in the direction that they are sitting. And then just a terry kitchen towel, wherever you like to get towels. I don't like to get something that's too thick. This is going to work just fine. You just want something a little bit more absorbent than 2 layers of cotton fabric. And I have ironed this so that it will be ready to go. Let's start with our template. So it was just a little bit too long to put on one piece of paper. So we're going to be taping these dashed lines together. I'm just going to cut that part off. And then this shows you the shape of the finished burp cloth. It's going to be about 19 inches by 9 inches. And then this just shows you how you're going to cut these together, and we're going to cut it on a fold. Always print at actual size and check that this square is 1 inch by 1 inch. If you happen to forget to print at actual size, this is not rocket science. And if it's a little bit smaller than 19 by 9, it is still going to work. So don't sweat it. So I'm going to cut on this dashed line. So only cut on the dashed line on 1/2 of your template. And then I'm going to line up those dashed lines and these lines. Now this line will be placed on the fold. I'm not going to cut this out. I'm going to cut it out as we cut the fabric, and then later it will be already cut out for any future burp cloths. So I'm just going to fold this in half, place that down. Actually, I am going to cut on that line so that I know that it is on the fold. It's kind of hard to see through my paper. And now you can decide how you want to do this. You can pin it and you can cut it with fabric scissors. But what I'm going to do is grab my rotary cutting mat, and I'm going to put it on here. You can use pattern weights if you want to. I don't have any at the moment, so I'm going to use my scissors just to kind of hold that so it doesn't slide. And again, because it isn't clothing or something that has to be super exact, I am just going to use my rotary cutter, make sure I don't put my fingers where I'm going to cut, and I'm going to cut along this line. And the reason I'm putting it on the rotary mat is so that I can move the mat, but not move the fabric and the pattern. All right, so you'll see that wasn't exact right there. It really doesn't matter, but you can trim it up if you want to. Takes a little bit of practice to do that with a rotary cutter, but it sure saves a lot of time instead of pinning and cutting. So now we have our shape. Now I'm going to take my terry towel and I'm going to put it right side up. And that basically means the side that doesn't, you don't see where it's folded over. So this is the front. And then I'm going to take my fabric, put it right side down, making sure it's not on the edges. We don't want any of that in there, but putting it towards the edge so that we can use that for another project. Now I do need my pins, and I'm just going to pin this onto the towel. I do not cut the towel until after I have sewn it on, because I'm going to need to cut it with either wavy rotary cutter and or pinking shears. So why cut it once and then have to cut it again? It is a lot faster to just pin this on, sew, and then do the cutting. Now we will need to leave a section open for turning, and I like to do it in the center because this is pretty much a straightaway. So I'm going to start sewing here and stop sewing here. But sometimes, you just get on a roll and you're sewing and you might forget to stop, which if you do, that's fine. You can use a seam ripper, but I like to put 2 pins just to remind myself like, hey Tara, stop, don't keep going. and sew the whole thing closed. Now we're ready to take that to the sewing machine. We're going to sew all the way around with a 1/4 inch seam. Now that that's sewn on, I'm going to just use my ruler and cut off this extra part. I'm going to use some of this to make a teething ring. So we'll save that for later. And then now we either need pinking shears, a wavy rotary cutter, or both. So the main thing is we want to cut all the way around, and using pinking shears is much easier than clipping the curves and itty bitty cut marks. And you just want to make sure you do not cut your stitch line. You want to get close, but don't cut it. So you can go all the way around with pinking shears, or if you have a wavy rotary cutter, you can do it even faster. You just have to make sure that you are good enough at this that you are not going to cut your stitches. So you do the same thing. And you also need a pretty new blade to make sure that's going to be sharp enough to go through there. I need to change my blade apparently. Now, when you get to the section that's open, do not use your wavy cutter or your pinking shears because we're going to need to fold that under to sew it closed, and we don't want it to be that short. So just leave that section the same. Just cut around where it's sewn. Sometimes I end up using both when there are little sections that don't quite cut. All right, that blade needs to be changed before the next project. This always does make a bit of a mess, so you want to make sure you're getting that off of your cutting mat. Now for this section where it's going to be turned, I usually either use a straight rotary cutter or scissors, and I cut a little bit further out than where the fabric is, because that just gives me a little bit more to turn under where we need to get that sewn closed. So that's all trimmed. Now I'm going to turn it right side out. I like to make that hole big enough that I can put my whole hand in here and really push out those curves with my fingers. And now we need to iron that. So again, just working those curves with your fingers so it has a nice shape to it. And I always fix and press the section that is sewn before I worry about getting the opening folded under. So these really are quite simple and quick when you only cut the fabric and you don't cut the towel until you're done. And then after we get this pressed, all we're going to do is sew around the edge. And it's a little different than what some people have seen. So if you're looking for something a little bit more unique, this might be a way to go for a burp cloth. Okay, so that is all pressed and shaped. Now I'm just going to sew all the way around. I'm going to use cream on the top thread, and then I'm going to use a tan to match for my bobbin so that we don't have a big line showing on the back. And now it's done. That's how easy it is. Just cutting the fabric to size, putting the towel on the back, and trimming around the edge. So this just makes a great gift, baby shower gift. I always like to do coordinating fabric, kind of make a set of it. So you could do a set of 2 or 3 in the shaped. You could add a bib that coordinates. This one's a little fancier. That took a lot longer. This would be something I would sew as a gift. I don't know that I would sew and sell this just because of how long that took to make. Then you could even add a pacifier holder and just really make a fun selection of things for a newborn or a young baby. And I will put links in the video description to these other tutorials as well. Happy sewing and welcome, baby. All right, so what do you think? Are you going to be whipping up some burp cloths for babies in your life to sew and sell, to gift, to donate to a charity maybe? Let me know in the comments who you will be making these for, how many you think you're going to be making, and make sure you subscribe to my channel so that you never miss a tutorial for baby or otherwise.